Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Rima Saskar Widayat and my student number is 8320200189. In here I'm going to read the story. The title is The Call of the Wild. And I will read the chapter 4, The Attack. The primitive spirit of his ancestor was strong in Puck, and under the harsh conditions of his new life, this spirit grew. He hated Spitz more and more, but he did not want to start a fight. Puck was careful. He did nothing without thinking. Spitz always showed his teeth to Puck. He wanted to start a fight. Puck knew that a fight meant the death of one or the other. One night the fight almost happened. They stopped at Lake Lambert. It was snowing heavily and the wind was strong and cold. Perrault and Francois made a fire on the ice. Puck made a hole in the snow. It was warm and comfortable. He did not want to leave it to get his piece of fish. When Puck finished eating the fish, he went back to his hole and found Spitz in it. Puck did not want to fight with the Spitz, but this was too much. He jumped on Spitz with a great anger. Spitz was very surprised. He knew Puck was a pig, but he did not know he was so wild. Francois was surprised too. Ah, he cried to Puck. Give it to him, give it to him. Both dogs wanted to fight. They circled each other and waited for a chance to jump in. Suddenly Perrault shouted and they saw about 110 hungry dogs. They came from an Indian village and they were looking for food. Perrault and Francois hit them with their clubs, but the hungry dogs showed their teeth and attacked. One dog found the food box and in a moment 20 dogs ate the bread and the meat. The smell of food made them crazy. The dogs looked like skeletons with wild eyes and sharp fangs. 3 of them attacked Puck and bit his head and shoulders. Dave and Sol Legs fought courageously side by side. Joe attacked the dogs too. Puck bit a dog in the neck and tasted its blood. The taste of blood made him fiercer. He jumped on another dog and then felt a teeth in his own neck. Spitz was attacking him from the side. Perrault and Francois came with clubs to help their dogs. The hungry dogs ran away, but only for a moment. When the 2 men ran back to save their food, the dogs attacked again. The triple fight continued. Later, the 19 dogs ran away and hid in the forest. They passed the night there. Each dog was hurt in 4 or 5 places, and Joe lost his eye. In the next morning, they slowly walked back to camp. Perrault and Francois were angry. Half of their food was gone and 1 dog ate Perrault's shoe. Francois looked at the poor dogs and said, my friends, perhaps those bites will make you crazy, dog. What do you think, Perrault? Perrault said nothing. There were 400 miles between him and Dawson. He hoped his dogs were not crazy. After 2 hours of hard work, the team started traveling. The next part of the trail was the most difficult. The 30-mile river was not frozen because the water moved too quickly. It took 6 days to travel those terrible 30 miles. They were terrible because every step was dangerous for the dogs and the men. They found 12 ice bridges across the river, and Perrault fell through all of them. His long sticks saved him. The temperature was 50 degrees Fahrenheit below zero. Each time Perrault fell into the icy water, he built a fire to dry and warm himself. Perrault was not afraid of anything. It's why he was a government courier. He was often in danger. Once the sled with Puck and Dave fell through the ice. When Perrault and Francois pulled them out of the river, they covered with ice. The men built a fire to save the dogs. When they arrived at Haut-Tallinroy, Puck and the other dogs were exhausted. However, they were late and Perrault made them run faster. In 3 days, they traveled 110 miles and reached a place called Five Fingers. Puck's feet were not as hard as the feet of the huskies. His feet were still soft because of his comfortable life with the judge. His feet hurt a lot all day. The night at the camp, he lay down like a dead dog. He was hungry, but he could not walk to get his fish. So Francois brought it to him. Every evening after dinner, Francois massaged Puck's feet for half an hour. He made 4 little shoes for Puck. Now Puck was more comfortable. One morning, Francois forgot the shoes, and Puck lay on his back with his feet in the air. He did not want to move without his shoes. Later his feet grew hard and the shoes were not necessary. Sebuah serangan. Jiwa primitif dari leluhurnya sangat kuat di diri Puck. Dan dalam kondisi yang keras dari kehidupan barunya, jiwa ini tumbuh. Ia membenci Speed lagi dan lagi, tapi dia tidak ingin memulai perkelahian. Puck sangat berhati-hati, dia tidak akan melakukan apapun tanpa berpikir. Speed selalu menunjukkan giginya pada Puck. Dia ingin memulai perkelahian. Puck tahu bahwa jika berkelahi berarti kematian untuk satu atau yang lainnya. Suatu malam perkelahian hampir terjadi. Mereka berhenti di Danau La Berge. Salju sangat tebal dan angin sangat kencang dan dingin. Perrault dan Francois membuat api di atas es. Puck membuat lubang di salju. Itu sangat hangat dan nyaman. Dia tidak ingin meninggalkannya untuk mendapatkan potongan ikannya. Ketika Puck selesai makan Seketika Puck selesai makan ikan, dia kembali ke lubangnya dan menemukan Speed di dalamnya. Puck tidak ingin bertengkar dengan Speed, tapi ini terlalu berlebihan. Dia melompat pada Speed dengan kemarahan yang sangat besar. Speed sangat terkejut. Dia tahu Puck besar, tapi dia tidak tahu dia begitu liar. Francois terkejut juga. Tangis Speed untuk Puck. Berikan itu kepadanya. Kedua anjing itu berkelahi. Mereka mengelilingi satu sama lain dan menunggu kesempatan untuk melompat masuk. Tiba-tiba Perrault berteriak dan mereka melihat ratusan anjing kurus yang lapar. Mereka datang dari desa Indian dan mereka mencari makanan. Perrault dan Francois memukuli mereka dengan tongkat pemukul, tapi anjing-anjing lapar itu menunjukkan gigi mereka dan menyerangnya. Seekor anjing menemukan kotak makanan dan dalam sekejap 20 anjing makan roti dan daging. Bau makanan membuat mereka gila. Anjing-anjing itu tampak seperti tengkorak dengan mata liar dan taring tajam. 3 dari mereka menyerang Puck dan menggigit kepala dan bahunya. Dave dan Sol Lex berjuang dengan berdampingan. Joe menyerang anjing itu juga. Puck menggigit anjing itu di bagian leher dan mencicipi darahnya. Rasa dari darah membuatnya lebih garang. Dia melompat ke anjing lain dan kemudian merasakan ada gigi di lehernya. Spitz menyerangnya dari samping. Perrault dan Francois datang dengan tongkatnya untuk membantu anjing lainnya. Anjing-anjing lapar itu kabur, tapi hanya sebentar saja. Ketika kedua pria itu berlari kembali untuk menyelamatkan makanan mereka, anjing-anjing itu menyerang kembali. Perkelahian yang mengerikan terus berlangsung. Kemudian 9 anggota dari anjing tersebut melarikan diri dan bersembunyi di hutan. Mereka melewati malam di sana. Setiap anjing terluka di 4 atau 5 tempat dan Joe kehilangan matanya. Pagi-pagi sekali, keesokan harinya, mereka berjalan pelan kembali ke perkemahan. Perrault dan Francois sangat marah. Separuh makanan mereka habis dan seekor anjing memakan sepatu Perrault. Francois melihat anjing miskin dan berkata, teman-teman, mungkin gigitan ini akan membuat kamu menjadi anjing gila. Bagaimana menurutmu, Perrault? Perrault diam saja. Ada 400 mil antara dia dan Dawson. Dia berharap anjingnya tidak gila. Setelah 2 jam bekerja keras, tim mulai berpergian. Bagian berikutnya dari jejak adalah hal yang paling sulit. Sungai 30 mil nampaknya tidak membeku karena airnya bergerak terlalu cepat. Butuh 6 hari untuk melakukan perjalanan mengerikan 30 mil ini. Mereka ketakutan karena setiap langkah berbahaya bagi anjing dan kedua laki-laki itu. Mereka menemukan 12 jembatan es di seberang sungai dan Perrault terjatuh dan tongkatnya yang panjang menyelamatkannya. Suhu di dalam situ mencapai 50 derajat Fahrenheit di bawah nol. Setiap kali Perrault jatuh ke dalam air es, dia membuat api untuk mengeringkan dirinya dan menghangatkan dirinya. Perrault tidak takut pada apapun. Itu sebabnya ia menjadi seorang kurir pemerintah. Dia sering dalam keadaan bahaya. Setelah kereta luncur yang ditarik oleh Buck dan Dave jatuh melalui es, dan ketika itu Perrault dan Francois menarik mereka keluar dari sungai yang tertutup dengan es. Orang-orang membangun api untuk menyelamatkan para anjing tersebut. Ketika mereka tiba di Hotel Lingua, Buck dan anjing-anjing lainnya kelelahan. Namun mereka terlambat dan Perrault membuat mereka berlari lebih cepat. Dalam 3 hari, mereka melakukan perjalanan 110 mil dan mencapai tempat yang disebut Five Fingers. Kaki Buck tidak sekeras kaki keluarga Huskies. Kakinya masih lembut karena kehidupannya yang nyaman dengan Judge. Kakinya sakit sepanjang hari. Malam itu di camp, ia berbaring seperti anjing mati. Dia lapar, tapi dia tidak bisa berjalan untuk mendapatkan ikan. Jadi Francois membawakannya kepada Buck. Setiap malam setelah makan malam, Francois memijat kaki Buck selama setengah jam. Dia membuat 4 sepatu kecil untuk Buck. Sekarang Buck lebih nyaman. Suatu pagi, Francois lupa membawa sepatu dan Buck berbaring di punggungnya dengan kakinya di udara. Dia tidak ingin bergerak tanpa sepatunya, kemudian kakinya menjadi keras dan sepatu itu tidak diperlukan lagi.